What's going on, guys? It's your boy Black Ice from the Expansion Pack podcast. On this week's episode, we give our first impressions of the Back for Blood closed beta from this past weekend. Also, dive into the really trippy concert that Ariana Grande threw with Fortnite, and Xbox outlines their plans for Gamescom. Stay tuned, we're going to get into it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Expansion Pack podcast, where we download this week's gaming news and we bring it straight to you each and every week. I'm your host, Black Ice, aka Danzel, switching it up on you guys a little bit. Joined by my amazing co-hosts, as always. We got Manny and Chris, aka Goopmaster Flex, and May 25th. How are you guys doing today?
Stay gooping.
Okay.
And stay May 25th in.
May 25th in. All right. Well, Manny.
Oh yeah.
How's your week been, man? What have you been getting into? What have you been playing? Talk to me.
Of course, we got that Back for Blood closed beta. Played a couple of matches of those. Got smacked a couple times. You already know how we do, baby. Hashtag toilet game because we trash or doo-doo. But
we were not trash. We were playing on the harder difficulties. We was doing our thing. We
were playing medium, guys, and we're getting shitted on. So like, and then to be fair, it was the randoms.
Exactly. That's something we were doing our thing. I'm not.
And then what is it called? GTA. I've just been grinding for money. Gotta get the money
so you can drive your cars.
Cayo Perico, man.
I be wanting to join in on that sometimes, but then I'm like,
dude, it'd be taking me an hour. It'd be taking me like at least an hour to do the Cayo Perico heist. And an average, if you do it by yourself, you probably make like around 1.5 million. So it's like,
You know what's crazy? Manny be talking about how he don't like grinding, but
then
GTA is all grinding right now.
I don't think that heist is grinding. I think that's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You just
anyways,
whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference between random loot drops and getting your paycheck.
Nah.
Can we clip that in slow motion for TikTok later? I don't think that's grinding. That's a lifestyle.
All right, Chris. Sorry, Manny. Sorry. We'll come back to you later. Chris, what's going on, my boy? How you doing, Mr. Chocolate Greatness? How you been, bro?
Man, you won't stop doing that shit, man. That's the second time. That's it.
You said Manny. That was Enzo.
He knows what I'm talking to. All right. Anyways, this week, what have I been playing? To be honest, not much. Your boy's been back in the gym a little bit, taking precedence. So I haven't been having much time to game, but when I have gamed, I've been in Iron Banner per usual. Like I was saying before we even turned the camera on, oh my God, I don't know what happened to me, man, but I'm late to the party. My Destiny people's out there that frozen orbit. I understand. I get it. I understand. That shit is sticky. I'm telling you, that shit'll find the head if you want it to, man. What? Just put it in the vicinity, and the aim assist just takes over and just splatter all over the place.
Pause.
No pause. No pause.
You can't
press play and you go forward because they gotta respawn. Ain't no pause. No, man, no.
You can't use sticky and head in the same sentence.
Ain't no pause in PvP, man. All right. So that's all I did this week.
We make miracles.
I actually touched my DS again for a quick second, or not my DS. Whoa, my Switch.
I was gonna say DS. You brought it back. Okay.
I don't have one of those.
Probably better than the Switch.
I turned it on for all of 5-10 minutes just to see if I need to update or some shit. Turned it off very quickly.
I guess you can say Chris has, instead of playing games, been making gains.
Okay. Moving on. Anyways, for myself, I have been playing Back for Blood, obviously, as well. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in a second. But I've been really just hunting for games that support 120 frames. I'm going to be real with you. I got my monitor I've pretty much been going crazy. Been playing some COD, playing Destiny, playing Rocket League, playing literally any and everything that may or may not support it.
You don't play what's the game that came out recently for Sony? That's not 120. What's the name of the game? It's like contender for Game of the Year.
Are you talking about Ratchet and Clank?
No, I would have knew. Not Ratchet.
Returnal? No, it's not. It's
Returnal.
Not
Oh, okay, all right. I was about to say that probably looks ridiculous.
that would be cool, but yeah, no, definitely no 120 there. Oh, actually, just kind of reminded me though. Oh my god, what's it called? The Ascent. I was playing that today. I'm not entirely sure if that supports 120, but it is a beautiful game. It is pretty fun to play. Chris, I think you would like it. It's very RPG heavy, for sure.
Yeah, no, I was watching a couple of videos. I'm definitely gonna dig in.
Yeah,
for sure.
We need to get in there, man. The co-op needs a little bit of work. It's a little broken,
In a good way or a bad way?
Very bad way. It's not. It's buggy. It's like cyberpunk level buggy to me. I feel
is that
like
a coincidence?
I don't know. I don't know. I was just having this conversation with Adam earlier because we were playing it, and like when I played Cyberpunk, I didn't really have that many bugs, if any, really. But like in the moments that we were trying to play that, like it was almost unplayable in some moments. But the game is still really good. Like don't get it twisted. It's dope. And Adam said that he's been playing the game largely solo, and he hasn't had any issues until he tried to play co-op. So issues definitely seem to be co-op related. But yeah, the Ascent, definitely a dope ass game. I'm looking forward to actually getting there. Which you get, Manny, I know you're not gonna play it, so I'm not even gonna ask you. But Chris, we definitely need to get up in there for sure.
I got that ready to go too. So I already downloaded.
They're kind of hurting me. Like, why would you think that?
I mean, I know who to go to play certain games, and this definitely not gonna be a game you playing.
Yeah, you dead ass said I don't play. What are they called?
Looter shooters,
stick shooters or some shit like that.
Twin stick shooters. Yeah, you said that too. Yeah, it's like it's adjacent to a twin stick shooter and it's adjacent to a looter shooter. I already know you're not gonna play it, so it's fine.
Wow.
But the game I knew you were gonna play, that's why I hit you up last weekend, and we was out here, was Back for Blood. So finally, we finally got into the closed beta that launched last weekend. Absolutely phenomenal time. Was having a ton of fun. For those of you who don't know about Back for Blood, I almost called it Left 4 Dead. And that's because it's basically Left 4 Dead 3, right? Let's just call it Left 4 Dead 3. Made by the same people who made the original Left 4 Dead titles. And they left Valve, went ahead and made their own studio. I believe it's Turtle Rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Turtle Rock Studio. And this is the natural evolution of Left 4 Dead, in my opinion. It's amazing. Like they incorporated like a roguelike card system and all that stuff. And it's fantastic. So with that being said, Manny, I'll give my little impressions here, but what were your impressions playing, dying often, all that jazz? What's good?
I remember we were playing and like we were escaping and like in the yacht, whatever, just escaping from the boat. And like we had these two randoms with us, and like one of them got caught. I mean, that's where we're just like, no, we're going.
We had to go.
Yeah,
y'all fucked up, man.
It wasn't even that, bro. We turned around. All you see was like three. I forgot what they're called, but like dudes with the one big arms. I call them meat beaters, but like, they were coming after our necks, bro. I was like, yo, Denzel, I'm out.
Yo, he really does call them meat beaters though, because at first I was like, aren't they called the tall boys? And then like I never really registered that Manny kept calling them that. And then we just be playing, but yo, meat beater. You're like,
yo, bro, the right arm. It's the right arm too. You know what to do with the right arms.
Oh god.
When Quagmire walked out that house, he had that one big ass arm.
That's them. That's them.
It's Quagmire and Quack.
That's a wrap.
Keep going.
See you next week, folks.
I can't. That's a tongue twister. I don't care what anybody says. Quagmire on crack.
Yes, they are like Quagmire on crack. Like massive arms, like a club arm, and then they like grab you and hold you up in the air. They're freaking stressful. But yeah, no, it was a ton of fun though, for sure. Chris, I know you didn't get a chance to get in there. We got your code, but you didn't have time. You was out there, getting gains like Manny said before. But I know you got a chance to see some people streaming. You got some impressions, so I definitely want to get your opinion. What do you think about Back 4 Blood so far?
Yeah, I definitely got to sit down and watch a stream or two, mostly from my the homie on YouTube, J Rob the Finesse. I'll be watching him. He's a good guy, real good guy. I like him a lot. I'm saying, and I watched him play for a while, and it looked pretty cool. It looks like one of those games where I'm not gonna fully be able to understand all the mechanics of it until I'm physically playing it myself. Because I'm sitting there trying to pick up certain parts of it, and I'm like, I don't get how that works, and I don't get how that works. But from a visual standpoint, graphics look good. It does look like a game that, like, also on the surface level doesn't seem like it would have much skill, but then there probably is a decent amount of skill to the movement and shit. Yeah, it just made me more excited to kind of want to jump into it because, like, again, I'm not really the most versed in the Left 4 Dead franchise, and this would kind of be like my actual real first time dipping my toe into the water. So, yeah, man, I'm definitely still looking forward to play with not the meat beater. I definitely can't use that dude now after that name. I forgot the name of a stalker or something like that. The ones that like hop off the rooftop and just rap on you and do all that. One of them. Yeah, I'm about to terrorize folks. I'm terrorizing
They're
folks with
so
that thing,
annoying.
bro.
That's a good point though. You brought up the versus mode with that. We didn't even get a chance to try that many, right?
No, we didn't. But you know,
there's a versus PvP mode in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the PvP mode is when you are the special infected, like what you're talking about. But generally, the campaign is you just playing as the survivors trying to survive against all the zombies and the special.
Maybe that's why I didn't understand what I was seeing on the stream. I think I was watching PvP and I thought it was something. All right, that makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Yeah, no, but PvP stuff that was like a really integral part of Left 4 Dead, and I remember having so much fun with that. And I'm surprised we never actually like went. Well, I think it's because we never really had a full team. But yeah, we got to dive into that though. That's a whole nother angle to it. We didn't even talk about the versus mode and how much fun that could be. We definitely need to dive in there. I think it's still live. We're recording this on Monday. I think it's still live, so we might have to jump in there and see what's good. But yeah, I mean, Manny, again, is there? I guess my question to you is, what is your favorite aspect of the game? Because obviously they added so many different things. Like there's like a whole hub system now, like when you start off in the game. There's the card system, all that stuff. So again, looking at this as if it is Left 4 Dead 3, really, like what's your favorite improvement from the older games?
Yeah, they added definitely a lot of quality of life stuff. Like, for example, aiming down the sights. Because that used to be so annoying when you could only hit fire with like no tactical lasers to be able to help you aim. They added. I like they added the little item shop because like it used to be a pain when you used to get to the safe room and then they used to take all the loot and you're just like, damn, bro, you didn't save money for me. So like, you can find, at least help yourself out, buy you bandages, grenades, and stuff like that. And I like the other stuff like that you find in the world, like these little random rooms with the special loot and everything like that.
Sometimes stashes, they are a lifesaver, man.
Yeah, like I know you need like a little toolbox to get into those secret rooms. You get into those secret room, get your loot, the little health box that'd be saving your lives because you know how we are, just get smacked up every time. Yeah, I mean,
I just want to say something real quick though about you saying we getting smacked up. Like it's like frustrating too because the only reason we were getting smacked up, I think, really, aside from just the randoms doing stupid things, is the friendly fire in that mode, right? Like,
oh man, so
like
annoying.
Freaking people running in front of you, the randos running in front of your gunshots, like. I think that's where the skill aspect comes into play, especially when you're coordinating with teammates. Like not getting shot by your teammates goes such a long freaking way. It's insane,
bro. Not only that, but like, so we were playing most of the time it was just me and Denzel. So we had two randoms, and like every time when there's birds, they will shoot them. Somebody will shoot, and it'll be like, "Yo, bro, it says don't shoot the birds." They'll like,
yeah, when you shoot the birds, it starts the horde.
And it's just like, bro, why are you doing that, bro? Like, you're not doing anything to help us. I remember what, like, the first part. When you're like right about to reach the safe room and like there's just birds nests just chilling and like all you have to do is run to the safe room and you're good. And like I swear, man, that's so as soon as we hit like the little hallway to go to the safe room, somebody shot the birds and like the horde came after us and I was like, You gotta be kidding me. Like,
Yeah,
bro, just follow the rules. Just, I don't know. People just want to stress too much.
or they're just not like they're not paying attention. Really, what it boils down to, because like there's some situations where I can understand you accidentally like you're shooting at a bunch of zombies and like there's birds like way in the distance and you accidentally shoot them. But there were some times where people were just straight up running straight through the birds. It's like, are you trying to get us killed? Oh man.
And shout out to the sprint.
Oh, shout out to Sprint. Oh my god. I feel like it was so tactical the way they set it up because you have stamina in the game. So like when you sprint, it takes away, obviously health. When you melee, it takes not health, sorry, takes away stamina. When you melee, it takes away stamina. So like it's just really like you have to be strategic about how you do all those different things because if you got a special infected running at you like the meat beaters like you're talking about and they're running to grab you and you have no stamina, you're done. You're done.
Definitely.
They're either gonna fling you across.
I was a little annoyed with some of the things. Like, for example, when like those tall boys or meat beaters was just like swing at you, and I feel like I'm at a good distance where they shouldn't reach me, they would hit me. And it would be like, bro, I'm definitely like not in your radius. Why are you hitting me?
Yeah.
So like there's some of those things where it's like I feel like needs to be fixed. But other than that, like, the game is like fun to play.
Yeah, they definitely have a couple things they need to iron out. I think for me, one of my favorite additions is the like attachment system. It makes every gun feel different. Like you can add in a similar way to I guess PUBG is kind of the thing that it makes me think of, or like Apex Legends or something. But like you can add different scopes to your gun. You can add stocks to like help with recoil and all that different stuff. You can add silencers so that you don't like startle the birds as easily and or pretty much alert any hordes in general. Like I love the different things that you can do and kind of attack every situation in a different way. Even, to the point that you made, Manny, where you start off in the safe room and you have that shop and you can go through and choose like, okay, I want to add this upgrade and add that upgrade, or I want to run around with the toolbox, or I want to run around with the defibrillator in case somebody dies and I want to revive them. Like there's so many different tactics to the game, and there are a lot of moving parts that, to Chris's point, like looking at it from a stream, you may not really get a good understanding of it until you're actually in it and playing, and then you tack on like the card system. That's a whole different element to it. Like it's just there's a lot going on, but in a really good way. Like there's a lot of things that it's like I always knew that I wanted another Left 4 Dead, right? Like we always talked about it, but actually seeing it now in this implementation with all these different elements to it, it's like, wow, this is like what we really needed, and I'm excited for it.
Factual.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk about our next topic here. Not really a good segue for this because these two games really don't have anything in common per se. But Fortnite out here, Fortnite. Why not, right? Fortnite of all the games that we could possibly
Fortnite, before it became a battle royale, it was kind of like a survival shooter kind of game. So I mean,
it was more like a tower defense game, if anything. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. It was definitely, there was some survival elements to it. But yeah, Fortnite, the little game that could. Let's call it that. Freaking the biggest game ever. I mean, we'll get into a little bit more. But this week they had their Rift Tour, right, Manny? Is that what it's called?
Manny? The Rift.
Yeah, you're our resident Fortnite guy, so you take it away from here.
Hey yo, all I gotta say is shout out to Ariana Grande with the Rift Tour, you know what I'm saying, dancing away into Fortnite. No, but seriously, it was a nice little event. It was funny because like I posted in my story that I was watching the event, and all my friends were like, "You really did not just do that, did you?" And I was like, "Yo, bro, like what's wrong with that? I can't just go to an Ariana concert in Fortnite." I'm not gonna lie though, after watching that, I did lose like 10% of my masculinity, but like but yeah, it was a dope little, event. No comment, yo, let me live. It was just like, a nice little chill event. Kind of like what they did with Travis Scott and Marshmello, but it's a little different where it's like you had these like little mini games. Like at first it was like sliding through like this little slide going down. collecting these little power ups and boosting through, and then like after that, you just jumping around, twirling in this little Lorax looking world with the puffy little pink trees and everything like that. And then it's like out of nowhere, it's like after that, it's like you're out here in this like airplane shooting this little like not little monster obviously, but like this big
Big
monster.
monster rotten playing. It was epic.
Yeah, he's just out here shooting this big monster. It's like, what just happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like a nice little matchup event, and then after that, you got to see Ariana Grande. It's like, oh my god, it's Ariana Grande. So it was like a little dope event. Like I said, I think like some of it like showcased a little bit of like, like what the season is about. Pretty much like you see like the rifts apart and how like you got the alien invasion going on and all that kind of stuff. So it was like a nice little like, I guess, event to kind of like showcase that with a bunch of like mini game modes as well as like.
So question for you though, was that the like beginning of the season or was that the season ender?
This is mid-season, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's still like time of the season. I think the beginning of the season happened like around June. So if anything, it'll probably end around September. So it could be like a little ending, but I feel like more is just like in mid-season. There's still like a whole maybe a couple weeks before the next season happens. But other than that, it was just like a little nice little pop event,
But they actually tied it to the story though, like the lore of Fortnite.
Not, I would like. It was more of just like showcasing a little bit of like for example, we already seen like the rifts and how like that take effect in Fortnite, how like they kind of implement into a concert where there's like the rifts take you to like these different parts of the like little mini events and the pop whatever event. So like it was like part of it, I guess you could say kind of was. I remember some of the event like this showcase like some of the old like stuff that happened in Fortnite as well. But other than that, like it was just like a little event, like it was dope, for what it was. It was Ariana Grande, Who's for Ariana Grande? I kind of wish I saw Travis Scott last year and got that skin.
I feel like you're underselling it because I mean I saw the highlights. I wasn't like a part of the event per se. I thought it looked freaking insane. Like
it was dope, but like I feel like it was like when it ended, it was like that's it.
I mean, but still, like, what do you have to compare that to in gaming? Like, they've never done anything like that. Like, yeah, the Travis Scott thing. If Travis Scott, the Travis Scott concert was like a 1.0 or the Marshmallow thing was like a 1.0, this seemed like a very clear 2.0, right? Like, there was more involved this time around. Like, you're like surfing, like, there's like you're shooting in a plane. Like, it's not like, at least from what I recall from the Travis Scott one or the Marshmallow events, or like even when they did like the Tenet like pre-screening last year in Fortnite, like all of those are just passive events, right? You just go there, you watch it, you're not doing anything necessarily. But this one seemed a lot more interactive, and I think it looked really freaking cool. I personally want to spotlight Fortnite because it's a game that obviously like for the hardcore gamers kind of gets trashed on a little bit because it's A, it's so popular, B, it looks kind of kiddie, whatever, what have you. But all the different things that they do in that game, they've talked about this concept of the metaverse pretty often, and the rifts is kind of what allowed that to happen. But it's pretty much intersected with every portion of pop culture that you can think of, right? Like again, the theme that we definitely talked about on this show a lot is how gaming like intersects with entertainment, whether that be the music industry or Hollywood. And Fortnite again is like, in my opinion, the kind of the perfect example of that, right? Like we said, like there's the Tenet event that happened last year. There's all these different Marvel characters that are in the game. You could play as LeBron James in the game. You could play as Neymar in the game. Like there is literally every freaking thing that you can think of. Like Fortnite has somehow touched in some way. Master Chief is in the game. Kratos is in the game. Like and then obviously they don't really seem to be showing any signs of stopping. So there's that aspect of it. But then also the fact that they basically just held like a mini concert within a video game, like that's a whole different aspect in that of itself. Like I think it's a pretty big deal. I mean, I hope that other developers and people who are obviously everybody's looking to copy Fortnite on the live service model aspect of it, right? Like if it wasn't for Fortnite, we wouldn't really be getting the Warzone battle pass situation that we've been getting and seeing in those other games. So everybody's kind of chasing Fortnite, even though it doesn't seem like Fortnite's as big as it used to be. I'm hoping that this is one of the things that people do try to chase down is like these live events and actually doing them right and incorporating them in such a way that it makes sense for your game, right? Like doing a full fledged concert in your game is dope. Um,
Mhm.
I I was talking to Chris about this through text I think earlier, right? Like imagine if 2K did something like that where you're in the city. Obviously music is a pretty big part of 2K. So let's say like at some point they happen to have a festival where it's like Travis Scott and all these other artists in general are like throwing a full-fledged concert within 2K. Like it would be pretty dope. I'm sure plenty of people would show up, like, and they could obviously find a way to incentivize people to show up too, right? Like you get certain VC or you get a particular skin for your like a hat or a t-shirt or something like that for your my career player. Like I could see that type of stuff trickling down to the rest of the industry, and I'm hoping that it does because like I want gaming to be more interactive than it already is. Right? Obviously, gaming is big, and incorporating it more with music and TV and all that stuff is a big deal to me. So I think this is a big deal, and I hope that it influences the rest of the industry to do more. Chris, I don't know if you got a chance to check out the event or if you know anything about it, but I definitely want to get your take on what they're doing there.
Yeah, I didn't get to see anything visual, but I read an article that had to do with it. And I can't lie, like Fortnite isn't really my thing as much, but in terms of what they've accomplished and then what this actual event is, it's impressive, man. It's one of those things where it's like, again, they started as such a small thing and now they're able to just pull things off like this. And at the same time, like you said, I am hoping that this does trickle into other video games and make the live events in other video games actually mean something, because I can't say that I haven't seen it tried in other games, like especially I can bring up Destiny and say that they try to do it with a couple of different things. It's like a live event, but it's not like it ain't nothing like what you guys are describing that Fortnite just did. Fortnite, I don't know how they're able to do this, but they have somehow gotten themselves to the point where it's like if you're a celebrity, you got something cooking, or if you're an influencer in any kind of way, you kind of want to have your hand attached to them because you're probably going to be making money, and at the same time, it's like a win-win situation for both parties. So it's like it's weird, man. They've almost like transcended what an MMO is, because it's not an MMO, but it is an MMO. That shit's weird, bro. That shit's weird because I don't know, like if y'all follow me out there in the universe, like the conventional MMO is generally, people usually in an RPG game, doing what they do, gathering resources, and then a lot of times they able to trade the resources with somebody else in their vicinity, or they're able to team up with other people, go to a dungeon, whatever. This ain't that kind of game, but then they're still able to bring people together, even on a grander scale than something like a World of Warcraft I've ever seen them do. Like, I'm not saying that they don't have a player base and they don't do events and this and that, but they don't got no shit like this. This stuff penetrates mainstream media. You know what I'm saying? Like that's different. It's inarguable, So even regardless of how I feel about the game itself, this to me is big. It's super big, If they pull this shit off in 2K the right way, this shit'll be lit, man. Because like you said, 2K does take their music very seriously. People can say what they want about the game every year. I complain a lot about it. One thing I never have complained about is the goddamn soundtrack. That shit hits every single damn year. There's always at least 5 or 6, 7 bangers that ain't on the radio, they ain't nowhere else, but somehow they made it on this 2K soundtrack for the year. So I'm just saying, they got people like Lil Wayne, they get Dame Dollar, they get all these dudes who be trying. Even Kawhi, didn't Kawhi drop a project recently called I Laugh?
I think he did.
He didn't drop that?
Man.
Or the last laugh now or some shit like that.
It's something like that.
I'm just completely off the top. I don't know what it's called. I don't know.
But I think he is actually like he did try to put something together, or he did like after
he had a project. He did.
After
I don't
he
know
won
if
the
it's called
chip.
The Laugh.
I feel like people was making jokes about it being called that, but it really did have like something. I feel like it has something to do with it. Like he was like tongue in cheek with it.
I ain't hear anything about that.
Yeah, some bars. He was ready for them Kawhi bars.
I remember seeing a picture of him in the booth doing something. I don't know what the hell it was, but I remember seeing something like that. That would be hilarious.
He got his hair braided on a Sunday morning, went to the stew, and then started dropping them bars, bro. What? Damn.
Oh, Kawhi.
I'm here for it. Oh man, that'd be so dope.
What
And
it
then
do,
like,
baby?
bro, I'm not even just thinking about 2K. Imagine Forza. Imagine Forza does a crazy ass event like this, where they got races going on in the town in live time, but then they got like some center location where there's like a thing going on, and then
Yeah, Forza Horizon's already
bruh,
set up like a festival,
bruh,
so I feel like yeah, that'd be
bruh,
perfect.
come on.
Yeah.
You could put like you could literally decorate the game depending on the theming that you wanted to do and make it look super realistic, almost as though it's almost like some real life. I don't even know what you want to call it because it's not a racing track, but you get what I'm trying to say? It's like when they put the signs up and stuff in like the actual cities for people to drive through, but it's not a racing track.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, bro. Woo, they do that in Forza. And Forza's already kind of dipping into the MMO waters. Bleh. I love it. Keep it coming, Fortnite. Y'all breaking down walls and shit. You know, been doing it for a couple years now.
But yeah,
respect.
Coming back to the thing you said about Fortnite in particular too, like you mentioned, like it's almost to the point now where it's like it's not just like Fortnite needs Ariana Grande to do this to validate them. It's like very much mutually beneficial, right? Like, you know, when you think about when an artist comes out with a new album, or let's say an actor's come out with a new movie or something, they go through their whole like press tour, and they go on like Jimmy Kimmel, and you know they're like doing all these different things to really just advertise for themselves and garner awareness around whatever the heck it is that they're trying to promote, right? Like it could get to the point where Fortnite would be a stop on that road, or not necessarily Fortnite, but some other game that's adjacent that fits whatever tone or theme that the artist wants to, you know, come up with. And the fact that video games are becoming like so integral to that, like actually interactive events in the game itself, not just like some stupid, I don't know, thing with like Mountain Dew and Halo, or you know, that those things that we've been seeing pretty much all our lives, but like really deeply integrated things in the game that add a new level of immersion to the game itself, and like maybe even give you another side of the story in a movie or something. You know, like the fact that that stuff is already happening is just really cool to see. And you know, from a monetization standpoint, right? Like I'm sure, Manny, you talked about the Ariana Grande skin. Basically, I'm sure she got like half the profit from that, or maybe a third of it, right? So like, you know, there's so many different angles for artists themselves to not only benefit from advertising, but also like, you know, just to make a little bit of money on these skins. So I'm sure LeBron James gets a cut of every skin that they sell of him. I'm sure Neymar gets a cut of every skin they sell of him, right? So like it incentivizes these people to want to go in and do that. And that stuff's really cool. I'm sure you know, again, I'm sure we're gonna see way more of it, and not just Halo. Sorry, not just Fortnite, but other games as well. Maybe Halo. I don't know if that would work, but who knows, man. I mean, they have like a new battle pass system too, and they have cosmetics, so maybe they might find things that make sense in the game. I don't know. I couldn't possibly think of it, but
I just wanted it for it.
We're gonna have Warhog cart, you know, Warhog cart. I meant driving Warhogs, you know, racing, and all that stuff.
Yo, actually, you know what? You kind of brought up something that to made me think about this with Fortnite. When I was watching like the whole thing kind of go down, I was like, yo, why hasn't Fortnite branched off to do like things that aren't just the shooter element anymore? Like I know they have the creative mode and all that stuff, but like I don't know. I feel like the way that sandbox works, like why couldn't Epic just make like a Fortnite cart, like, and it just be like a racing game that's built, that like it's a whole mode that's in the game itself, and like that's a whole nother mode altogether, as opposed to jumping into battle royale, or like some sort of sports component, like I don't know, soccer or something silly. Like I feel like the sky's the limit with that game, and the way that they've set things up, they could literally do anything that they wanted. And that's not even like all this stuff that they're doing isn't even factoring in like Unreal Engine 5, right? That's another thing that's supposed to come to Fortnite soon. And like they're, you know, Epic makes Unreal Engine and they make Fortnite. Like they pretty much know exactly what the hell they're doing with that. And it's, oh man, it's damn near limitless. It's so weird, man. Like people, Fortnite gets shat on so much, but like it really is so good for the industry. It's weird.
Yeah. Can't deny it. Can't deny it.
Yeah.
It ain't my cup of tea, but I respect it.
And Denzel, I know you said you've been looking for games with 120 hertz. Fortnite is 120 hertz on Xbox.
Already? Really?
Yeah, it was actually like that since launch.
I might have to download Fortnite again.
Hey man, I'm ready on that wave.
Damn, it's gonna be weird. I'm gonna be out here with these kitties.
Yeah.
You're gonna see dancing Ariana Grande when you join my lobby. You know what I'm saying?
I remember when I was up in there, all the kids were doing the stupid floss dance and all that stuff. And
I'm so happy.
Oh man, I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah,
God bless.
That's where I kind of
let that stay dead.
Jumped off the car.
Ah.
Oh man, yeah. All right. Well, speaking of other good things that are happening in the industry here, we got Gamescom coming up, guys. Gamescom pretty much kind of seals off the summer as far as the big like gaming events for the summer. It's always kind of a good culmination. I know Jeff Keighley is going to have a big thing with Summer Games Fest. That's kind of like the end of Summer Games Fest for him. He has like the opening night event. But Xbox is going to get in on the fun. So that's going to be pretty cool. They just announced today that, actually, I'll read directly from what they've posted on the Xbox Wire. So they said, to warm you up for Gamescom week, we'll be airing the official Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream hosted by Paris Lilly and Kate Yeager. So it looks like that's going to be going down August 24th, and that's going to be at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which I think should translate to 1 a.m. Eastern. So unfortunately, we probably won't be able to stream that, but we'll definitely give you our impressions, let you guys know what's going down there. But according to them, you're going to get an in-depth updates on some of your previously announced Xbox Game Studio titles, along with some of our third-party partners, including some incredible titles coming to Xbox this holiday, upcoming releases to our monthly subscription Xbox Game Pass, and more. So I'm pretty excited about this. They didn't. It seems like they may be kind of tempering expectations here because they're not framing this as a big time like E3 event per se, but we should still be getting some news. Obviously Gamescom is still going to be 100% virtual because of the pandemic that's going on. Obviously things aren't necessarily getting that much better right now, so they're definitely trying to keep everything digital, but it's definitely exciting to see this stuff, guys. Chris, I'll start off with you. What are the things you might be expecting to see from this? Are we hoping for finally like a Halo release date or something?
Yeah, I'm definitely think we're gonna get that for sure. Absolutely gonna get that. What I would like to see outside of that, it's funny because if you look back at the entire like last, I want to say 6, 7, 8 months, it really kind of feels like Microsoft has shown us like probably too much in a way. In terms of stuff that they got coming out this year, next year, and even stuff going on into like the future. I would love to see some of these little games that they're talking about show something a little bit more. Like for example, I know Fable is probably a while off, but I'd really love to see something besides that little teaser, just to kind of see what they're working with. Even if it's early development stuff, like I just want to see what. Give me something similar to the Starfield trailer for Fable, like something like that. I would want to see, because at least with the Starfield trailer, they said it was in-game footage or whatever that we were watching. That gave me an idea. Okay, this is what we're working with. Okay, I see. But the Fable one, the most I got from that trailer was that they still have the charm from the last few games, where like the humor's still there,
right?
And I just want to see what they're doing. I just want to see. It's like, you ever see somebody in the kitchen and they cooking, and your mama be like, "Go get out of here, boy, I'm cooking," and you just be like, "But it smells good," and you kind of want to see what it is. Yeah, that's what it feels like with that. So I'm hoping we get a little bit more of that. I think what else could they possibly talk about? I'm hoping they show off a little more of the xCloud stuff too, because like that's still pretty fresh on everybody. I'd love to see them kind of like give it a proper presentation and just really, really show the mainstream public like, hey, this is available. Because I know guys like us and everybody that like follows this stuff online or whatever don't know about it, but like I still don't feel like I've seen the mainstream push for it yet. So I'm kind of waiting to see what they do with that. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be too heavy on content because I feel like I don't want to say they shot their load like earlier this year, but I mean, they gave us so much. I really wouldn't be mad at them for not giving us too much this time around either. Um, yeah, I expect it to be light. I expect them to kind of give us at least one little major thing, and then to give us small updates. I don't want to set expectations too crazy here.
Okay.
That's kind of
Okay, that's fair. I just to mention the thing you talked about with the xCloud stuff. I actually think that this holiday is going to be their major push for it. I don't know if because Gamescom is still kind of like us.
yeah.
Like that's still the hardcore at some level, the people who really pay attention to this type of stuff. I think this holiday you're gonna see like in tandem with Halo because they want to push like a mainstream brand that
Mhm.
everybody knows.
Right,
Everybody knows
right.
Halo for some reason, even though
Play
it's
it
still
on
a
your
relative.
phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
play Halo on your phone, play Forza on your phone. Like they'll pick out like the mainstream games and kind of push those. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's another partnership with the NFL to kind of like tie some of that stuff to the NFL games that play. Maybe they'll be like, "Hey, play Madden on your phone." You know, like this is something you can do now with XCloud. Well, I guess maybe last year's Madden, not this year's at Madden, but yeah, I think you'll see like a big push holiday time for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
yeah,
That makes a lot of sense actually.
yeah. But yeah, Manny, what about you, man? What are you expecting to see from Gamescom, from Xbox, from anybody really? What are you
Yeah.
hoping to see?
Well, I'm definitely gonna echo. Hopefully, we got what Chris said about a release date for Halo. Hopefully, we get something about that because I've been waiting. It's been too long. You know, it's getting closer and closer to the holiday season. You know, how long can you drag a release date? So hopefully, we get more news on that. But the Windows Central article was talking about how they might be talking about more third party games that are on their way to Game Pass. So I'm excited to see if there's any new like third party games not from Xbox Studios that will be coming to Game Pass day one that we haven't heard about yet. So I'm excited to see that as well. See what games we get. Um, I doubt we'll get a Fable because I feel like it's just so far in advance. Maybe we'll get like a Hellblade, something on Hellblade because we haven't heard anything about Hellblade yet.
Took my thing.
And actually, I heard
I've been thinking about
the first one's actually optimized for Series X. I heard, so definitely got to check that out one day. But other than that, hopefully we got some more news on that one. And yeah, I'll say those probably are my picks. Hopefully a Halo release date and maybe Hellblade news.
Okay. Yeah, you took the thing I was gonna say, Manny. You took all of it pretty much. So thanks. But yeah, no. The Hellblade optimization announcement that happened today kind of led me to think that we might be seeing something on Hellblade 2 soon. On obviously this Gamescom thing seems to line up perfectly. Um, yeah, I'm very excited for Hellblade 2. I mean, that was the very first Xbox Series X game that we saw, right? Or the first one that was officially announced. So yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty big deal. I'm hoping we're obviously not going to get a big blowout. I don't think because again, I think they're managing expectations. But I can see like a little blurb. Ninja Theory gets like a 10-minute spotlight to talk about the technology that they're using to make this new game. Maybe talk a little bit about Unreal Engine 5, and then maybe we get like a release window or something. Say, hey, it's coming early 2022 or mid 20, something like that. I'm expecting something along those lines. And yeah, Manny, I think that you hit the nail on the head because obviously the reporting says that we should be hearing a lot more from third party companies. So I'm hoping that we get some big Game Pass announcements with that. Maybe a couple studio acquisitions, maybe like one or two at least. I'm like really hoping for that because again, the whole summer there's been rumored that Microsoft's already acquired a couple of companies. So I think it's really just a matter of when that gets announced, and hopefully that is at Gamescom, an opportunity for them to really kind of give us a little bit more. Obviously, showing us more games may not make a lot of sense, Chris. Like you mentioned, they shot their shot pretty big at E3. So and that was only a couple months ago. So I would expect maybe like we'd hear more about the games that might be coming out in 2022, starting with like oh my god, what's it called? Game Awards. That probably be like a good time frame to start showing off like, hey, like this game's coming, that game's coming. Maybe we get a little bit more information about Redfall at that point in time. But yeah, I think I think Gamescom is going to be a lot more low key. Maybe give the third party companies, some time to shine. I'm still holding out hope for that Battlefield 2042 like Game Pass announcement. That
I hope so.
I'm still holding out hope. That would.
I don't want to have to buy it on Xbox and PC. Even though Isaiah's gonna buy it on Xbox, I wouldn't have to buy it on Xbox because it's gonna be crossplay anyways. But
I mean, I don't know.
Enough,
I feel like it won't be a PC Game Pass thing though. I feel like that won't happen.
Usually if it's on Game Pass on Xbox, it'll be on PC. If it is on PC, usually, at least some of the games I've been seeing. But I mean, who knows? I mean, if it is, that would be good for the boys. But one thing I was gonna
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say one thing I was gonna say is since we're on the topic of Battlefield, I've been seeing a lot of people dipping their toes on the Firestorm mode, the Battle Royale mode. I've been seeing a lot of more TikToks on it and everything like that. Maybe that'll shed light into like a maybe Battlefield 2042 Battle Royale.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe you could make your own battle. Well, I don't know. Who knows how they have it set up with Portal? You could make your own battle royale.
That would be insane. If you could do that, that is insane. Insane.
Yeah, that would. Oh man.
Like that's beyond hosting a private lobby in COD. No, fuck that. You coming into my world? Like, what's good? I made all the rules here. I put all the functions in. It's me, baby. Do something I like. You out of here. Ain't no cheat. We don't need no anti-cheat. Shoot, we got a couple
moderated
meat beaters
ourselves
at the door. Couple meat beaters, come get your ass real quick, fam. We ain't playing with you. Meat beaters. This is Portal. They're in here.
Oh god.
Bring them in.
Oh god. We just hit some crazy crossovers, Huck. Now.
Oh man, I'm stupid.
Got zombies running around in Battlefield.
Damn. I mean, they had defibrillators. The dude was like, he didn't even know why he was holding the defibrillators in the thing.
He was looking, they were all looking so confused, like.
Well, I mean, anything is possible, KG voice.
Shit. Hey, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So, right before we get out of here with all this stuff, I do want to loop back in on the Gamescom stuff, though. Like, there's one particular announcement you guys could, I don't know, just spitball out here. Wacky, wild, may not happen, may happen, whatever. I just want to hear one announcement for each of you guys. So, Chris, I'm going to start with you.
An announcement for the Xbox Elite Controller 3. Bing, bang, boom.
I don't want to spend another $200. No.
Haptic feedbacks that they stole from Sony. No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to deface y'all. But lifted the idea from Sony.
No, we can say stole. This is one of those things that we want them to steal it from Sony. That's perfectly fine with me.
As long as you don't steal the drift.
Ooh, you can leave that where it's at.
Yeah, leave that right there, yeah. Leave that build quality right where it's at, yeah. All right, Manny, what about you, bro?
All right, if we're talking about unrealistic, I want to see what Coalition's working on. Show us their next project. Either that or a teaser for next year's or something. I don't know.
Okay. I'll keep it within the realm of possibility on mine. I still think that this will happen at the Game Awards, but it would be cool to see what Kojima's finally working on.
I was thinking that too, but I thought it was too early.
Yeah. I definitely think it's going to be a Game Awards thing. Here's one thing. Knowing how close, or maybe not how close, knowing how Jeff Keighley idolizes Kojima, it's going to happen on a Jeff Keighley stage, I think. But who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, okay. We'll see what happens. August 24th, we'll definitely be talking about it then, for sure. I mean,
definitely.
We still have a couple episodes between now and then anyways. But
wow, so wait, hold on. Gamescom is on the 24th, you're saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's the day that Bungie's doing their
yes, sir.
Witch Queen thing? Damn. I gotta find out what time it is. Maybe we could stream that too. I don't know. All right, just think about it. Hey, you better fix your face. Won't you?
This hater. Get this hater out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Manny, I'm going to start off with you, bro. Before we get out of here, where can the people find you? Let us know.
You already know. Twitch.tv/GoodMasterFlex. Instagram, Twitter, GoMasterFlux_TTV. The Tiki Taki at No Contacts Gaming. You hit your boy up.
Okay.
What?
No, we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. We're just gonna let that one slide. Okay, Mr. Pen Pal himself. He might have to compose himself, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey yo, that was the true nature of Stay Gooping, everybody.
Yep,
I hope y'all understand.
Hey, if y'all, we gonna leave this as a special thing for those who are watching the YouTube. Shit. If y'all ain't watching the YouTube, y'all missing out. You know, we appreciate you guys listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that jazz. But y'all gonna have to tune into the YouTube just to see what this man just did. Yeah. So moving on, Mr. Pen Pal himself over here, May 25th. What's going on, bro?
Y'all already know, man. It's the same shit every week. You catch me at MAY25THXX. Literally own everything. Yes.
Okay.
And I don't be doing pen pals no more. I don't know what he's talking about. I stopped doing that shit like a month ago. It's not lucrative, you know. So
still Mr. Pen Pal to me. Still number one in my heart, bro. All right.
I didn't get one from you either.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. Black Ice 8, pretty much on everything. Xbox, Twitter, twitch.tv/Black Ice 8. On Instagram, it's Black Ice 8_gaming, as well as on TikTok. And also make sure to follow the podcast, guys, at XPack Pod. We're on Twitter. Getting a little bit more traction on Twitter for sure. We're also up on TikTok and Instagram, so make sure to check us out. Make sure to let us know what you guys think. Make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching on this 40th episode, guys. 40th episode. Big deal, man. Big deal. Also, by now, we don't even have our 40th subscriber. We need one more person for that 40th subscriber. So make sure you guys subscribe. Ignore Chris's dyslexia or whatever, but make sure y'all subscribe. Support us. You know, we're out here trying to do big things. Thank you guys again for watching and listening. We'll check you guys out next week. Peace.
Hiya.